Martin for KRAZ TV. This is for the great book reviews. It is a wonderful book. I'll have to cut out the little part first because I got mad at the camera because it's not behaving. This book is so sweet. It's called Beastly by Keggie Carew. It's a 40,000-year story of animals and us. If you look closely, this is a real one, and this one is plastic. I didn't realize that until I got done reading the book. Oh, Keggie Carew has lived in West Cork, Barcelona, Texas, Auckland, and London. Before writing, her career was in the contemporary art. She was the author of Dadland, which won the 2016 Costa Biography Award, and Quicksand Tales. She lives in Wiltshire, England, where, with her husband Jonathan Thompson, she established the Underhill Wood Nature Reserve. I cannot tell you the forward-looking that people have in this world, and this is one of these people. And she's met so many others, and she's been real influential in showing some of these people's endeavors. It is a book from Abrams Press, and it was originally from Canongate, originally published in the UK by Canongate Books. It says, animals have shaped our minds, our lives, our land, and our civilization. Humanity would not have gotten very far without them, yet over the past 2 centuries, their relationships have grown further apart. In Beastly, author Keggie Carew seeks to re-enchant readers with the wild world, reframing our understanding of what it is like to be an animal and what our role is as humans. Beastly throws readers headlong into the mind-blowing, heart-thumping, glittering pageant of life, and goes in search of our most revealing encounters with the animal world throughout the centuries to show where we've come from and where we're going. How did we domesticate animals, and why did we choose sheep, goats, cows, pigs, horses, and chickens, but never zebras? How can whales help solve climate change? What does it mean when a young woman befriends a boar, a gorilla tells a joke, or a fish thinks? What does a wren sing? Beastly is a gorgeously written, deeply researched, and intensely felt journey into the splendors and genius of animals and the long, complicated story of our interactions with them as humans. Our relationship with animals has shaped our planet, and if reimagined, could save it. Well, this book is well thought out, and there's a lot of emotion into it, and she said she wept at some stories and all that, and I concur with her exactly because it is heartfelt. So that's another reason I wanted to do this book. It's about truth. It's about love. It's just about leaving things alone. How if things were just left alone, they'd get along a lot better. So it says, I set out to assemble the fragments. This is Ernest Thompson, who wrote in 1925, Life of Game Animals. I set out to assemble the fragments that would spell to us the lives of our wild things as they really are, knowing that we have long been told that they are dumb, brute beasts, suspecting that ourselves are cowards and liars, and so placing them. I have had some shocks and joy in my search for the truth. So she picks it up and talks about some of the early works that people have done. And I just hope I don't get in trouble for reading a little piece out of her book here that she wrote. It's just It really tells it all. It's not about misanthrope is a powerfully weaponized word. Is the hater of mankind. Few people would, in that case, surely few people would qualify. But the spanner in the works is what the late, great E.O. Wilson called the Paleolithic curse. Everything for E.O. Wilson, writing in the 1980s, the worst thing that could happen was not economic collapse or limited nuclear war or conquest by a totalitarian government. As terrible as these catastrophes would be for us, they can be repaired within a few generations. The one process ongoing into the 1980s will take millions of years to correct is the loss of genetic and species diversity by the destruction of natural habitats. This is the folly that our descendants are least likely to forgive. True enough. What I like about it is she got a little 22 acres, and she really fought to keep the hedges and things and bring back the sea eagles and work with people who have done such things, and she's just done such a wonderful, wonderful job. Well, here's another one. Life is what makes the world function. Diversity of life gives nature resilience. Biology is the mechanism and physics the result. Ecosystems are dynamos of mutual interdependency. That's why we, above all else, must mend our relationship with the creaturely world from bug to bear. The climate crisis, pollution, pandemics, floods, famines, habitat destruction, it all comes back to our broken relationships with and misunderstanding of the other inhabitants. If we think about them as the vital individual beings that they are, and to the miraculous eco-engineers that they are, and safeguard their homes and their prospects, the seas, the rivers, the grasslands, wetlands, and forests, far better fortunes and futures for all the young and the community of life could follow. What are wild places destitute of fauna? We don't want to be punished for being too smart and expelled from the garden. We don't want to live with the curse of the knowledge of good and evil, of what could have been. Animals are the key. Vitality, variety, and abundance are the strength. Our saviors are all around us. Let there be a golden joinery of tigers. I cannot emphasize enough. And I gotta tell you, I wept at parts, but I laughed too. And some of the great brave souls have done their work, are mentioned in this book. People that were put out by professional societies, people that nobody listened to, and eventually the world came around to, well, just the way it's supposed to be, and those people knew it. So I want to thank Keggie Carew. I hope she comes to Tucson, to our Tucson Festival of Books. And I got this book at the Tucson Pima County Public Library, and I think you can get it at yours. If you read it, how could your heart not change? And this little place where I live, 2.5 acres, I have not done anything to it. I don't cut any grass. The birds are here. The eagles have come. The wolves have come. And they just come and go through here. And they look at me and I say, bless you. Keep going. Nobody's going to hurt you here. So with that, I've got to go and see if everything's all right outside. But I'm sure it is. Mostly if it's left alone, it will be. Thanks for watching KRAZ TV and the book reviews.